I don't know. My opinion doesn't matter. What does the Most High? What matters to him? But keep going.
For the Most High is not the author of confusion.
And the Most High is not an author of confusion. So when you ask us, what do we think? It doesn't matter. Because the Most High ain't going to deal with confusion. So the same thing with these sisters. They shouldn't be dealing in confusion. You don't know if you want a man or a woman. The other one don't know if you want to deal with a gender or not a gender. And all y'all out here talking about Black Lives Matter. You don't even know your colors yet.
That's crazy.
Still calling yourself black. We have the understanding why the scriptures say black. Because as a prophet, we dealing with what the prophets done taught us. We dealing with what the Most High done gave us. How he opened up our understanding to deal with these scriptures. And that's the thing. We can't get caught up in the madness of Black Lives Matter. It makes no sense. But for those, we back online now? Come. They can catch it. Start off at the top again. Verse 30.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 30.
Come.
If anything be revealed to another that sitteth by, let the first hold his peace.
So when you see the prophet standing before you, hold your peace. See if you can get some understanding. If once we finish saying what we got to say, if you got a question, hey, what about this? And guess what? We have no problem with answering questions. But in the midst of answering the question, you can't keep, hey, slow down. We out here. We ain't going nowhere as long as you standing there asking us questions. We going to stay there as long as the Most High allows us to stay there. Or until the curfew hit. Or until this happened. But if the Most High keep everything on the kosher tip, guess what? We out there to teach the people. We are your servants now. We're not the so-called white man to give you a song and dance in a Christian church. Ask for your money and your tithes. Let's dance and shake and jive. Now y'all can go home. And I'm going to drive off in a big car. We don't operate like that. When we ask for money in here, it's for all of us as a family to keep this thing running. We don't got no benefits coming from the 501c3. We don't got none of that foolishness out in the world that we get. We don't see none of the proceeds of that. To where we can sit back and say, hey, this is what's happening, this is what's running us. Because we can't get nothing like that. Because people mock and gainsay online about all kinds of foolishness. But that's what they are, gainsaying and mocking. They ain't listening to the knowledge coming out of these scriptures. A lot of them can care less about what the Most High got to say. Keep going down.
Verse 31.
Come.
For ye may all prophesy one by one,
Yep.
that all may learn and all may be comforted. And the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets.
And the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. Meaning we're going to deal with what the prophecy has to say. Keep going.
For the Most High is not the author of confusion.
And he's not the author of confusion. If y'all can't get that, you got to understand that. He is not the author of confusion. So if somebody come up to you with, as they say, Confucius says this. That's confusion already. If you tell me what Confucius says, that's nonsense. What does the Most High say? Let's deal with what the Most High got to do with this thing. But, that's it on that?
But of peace, as in all churches of the saints.
Of the who?
But of peace, as in all churches of the saints.
So people see that in peace. Oh, see, you got to be peaceful. But it's also saying the churches of the saints. Who are the saints?
Sirach 11:18.
Precept, come. Let's get that. To understand who the saints are, the children of Israel are them saints.
11:8.
Sirach 11 and 8, come.
The book of Sirach,
Come, that's beautiful.
chapter 11 and verse 8.
Come.
Answer not before thou hast heard the cause.
Answer not before thou hast heard the cause of what?
Neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk.
Now that is just in this queendom so much, they can't even handle that one scripture, that one instruction. If a man is speaking, don't interrupt them, listen to the whole thing. Answer not before thou hast heard the whole cause. Okay, I heard you. Now, can I ask a question? Boom. If you got a gang of questions and somebody speaking, pen, write it down. Oh, okay, you made that comment? Okay, boom, boom. But for a person answering things, let's answer it one at a time. Let's go through. Again, because we're not running from nothing. At any given time, anybody can come here and ask us any questions. Sometimes, depending on who's sitting up here, the congregation will answer you before the person up top, just to see what the congregation knows. Because we done had brothers come in here and try and stand up and try to give their piece. Some sisters probably done chopped them up, and brothers done chopped them up, and the soldiers definitely going to chop them up. Because we take tests in here as a congregation. We go through the Torah and let's quiz ourselves on this and see was you just sitting there as a zoned out, or are you really paying attention? Are you really taking notes? This is a school. We come to learn. It's not Christianity. It's not a church. The way you can just hear something to feel good about it, then go home and commit sin. The word is going out of you now. That's why we try to keep the school open as many days as possible. Because there's a bunch of sin out there. So you can come here and get rejuvenated, especially on the Shabbat. That's one of the main days people should show up, to be rejuvenated. But as they say, Wednesday is hump day. You might need a reboost Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Wickedness is out there. If you don't got brothers you can call up and deal with the scriptures with, you might get caught up in some wickedness. And that's the whole fact of the matter. And a lot of my people right now is caught up in a gang of wickedness. They're talking about no justice, no peace. I can't breathe. And all the other foolishness. But the main thing is you're supposed to be out there for the brother. And the scriptures tell us how to handle that. Romans 12 and 15. We can come together on that level. What this scripture is about to bring out. But then at the end of the day, how can we solve it? How can we resolve this situation and this problem? You got it?
12, 15.
Come.
The book of Romans chapter 12 and verse 15.
Come.
Rejoice with them that do rejoice.
Yep.
And weep with them that weep.
Weep with them that weep. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, what it's all about. A man did lose his life. The Most High took him. The Most High can do what he wanted to do. Now, and he did that to do what? To wake Jacob up a little bit. Because Jacob is asleep. Jacob wanted to do everything up under the sun. Jacob didn't want to deal with the Most High. Jacob still don't really want to deal with the Most High, but now Jacob is running amok in the streets. Right along his friend Esau, trying to join hands with him. But though hand joineth hand, the wicked will not go unpunished. Turn it down a little because of the echo.
They're saying it's really low.
It's low? Yeah. And that's turned all the way up too, ain't it? The mic?
I'm trying to speak to this way. So.
Come on. Sirach, chapter 7 and 33. Because there's nothing wrong with weeping with our people. Yeah.
The book Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 7 and verse
33.
33.
Come.
A gift have grace in the sight of every man living.
Yep.
And for the dead detain it not.
The dead can't detain the gift, but keep going.
Fail not to be with them that weep.
Fail not to be with them that weep. So yeah, we come out there, we can weep for the man, but how long are you going to weep? How long are you going to cry over it?
Good.
How long? How long are you going to ride over it? Everybody try everything under the sun except, hey, let's keep the laws of God. Let's see what happens if we do that. Let's try to listen to them crazy men dressed up in the Power Ranger outfits. Not knowing what we really have on. Hey, what's that? Why y'all dressed like that? Oh, for real? Dang, that's the dress code for the Most High as a warrior? When you got the belt on and you got everything? Priest, you got it? Stand up, priest. Show them what a soldier look like for the Most High. That's what I'm saying. We go out there full garment, down, ready to battle. But battle with what? Them spirits that's on our people. We don't got to battle with foolishness, but sometimes we entertain it because, hey, that's my fish right there. I mean, that's my bait. I'm trying to catch a fish. I'm trying to be fishermen of men.
Okay.
And sometimes you got to use that fool as bait. Because the fool will say something out of his mouth, probably that a simpleton is thinking. But he's going to listen, sit back and listen. And when we answer it, simpleton are like, oh, damn. Hey, I got a question now. Because I never knew that. Oh, thank you. You use your cause has been done. I caught my fish. Yes, brother. What's up? What's your name? All right, come. and we break it down and chop it up. But it takes an art to do that. Everybody can't do that. You got to be raised up in learning how to do that. Men in the Bible even did that. There are certain men, Acts 18. Acts 18, the end of Acts 18. Let me see what child verse it is. No, 24. Acts 18 and 24. To show how this even in the scriptures, how this stuff happens. You got that?
The book of Acts, chapter 18 and verse 24.
Come.
And a certain Jew.
A certain what?
A certain Jew.
Oh, okay. Keep reading.
Named Apollos. Born at Alexandria.
So that's letting you know he was a Jew, not even born in Jerusalem. He was born in Alexandria. Keep going.
An eloquent man.
An eloquent man in what?
And mighty in the scriptures.
He was mighty. He knew the scriptures. He knew them. But keep going.
Came to Ephesus.
Yep.
This man was instructed in the way of the Most High.
Yep.
And being fervent in the spirit.
That means he had a great spirit on him. He was zealous for the Most High. Keep going.
He spake and taught diligently the things of the Most High.
Yep.
Knowing only the baptism of John.
So, and that's some of my brothers. Only people, a lot of my brothers in Christianity only can go so far. You only know about the baptism of John, of repent, be baptized, hallelujah, Jesus. That's all you know. But what? Keep going.
And he began to speak boldly in the synagogue.
No, he was everywhere.
And he began to speak boldly in the synagogue.
Yep. Doing what?
Whom when Aquila and Priscilla had heard,
yep,
they took him unto them.
Hey, you powerful, young blood. Come here, let me holler at you. What he did with him.
And expounded unto him the way of the Most High more perfectly.
So they talked about the Most High more perfectly. Meaning, hey, this is my shot, Yahweh shot now. Hey, what about these precepts? Dang, he made them more perfectly. He was good. He knew all the scripts, but we about to make you perfect. We about to sharpen your edges up. Iron sharpens iron. Proverbs 27:17. Keep going.
Verse 27. And when he was disposed to pass into Achaia,
yep,
the brethren wrote, exhorting the disciples to receive him.
Hey, we about to send him over there. He done dealt with us. Hey, let's send him a letter over there to them brothers over there. Go over there. He good. So, but they talk about, it wasn't different camps back then. I ain't going to touch on that, though. But keep going.
Who, when he was come, helped them much which had believed through grace.
Dang, you know more? Okay, let's deal with this in grace now. Keep reading.
For he mightily convinced the Jews, and that publicly, showing by the scriptures that Yahushua was a Mashiach.
So they built this brother up, sent him out there to another group of brothers, and he dealt with them brothers in grace, built them up, and let's go teach this word now. He perfect now. He going out and he can capture souls for the Most High. This is how the Most High works. This is how he deals. But people try to brush that to the side, not knowing this is what we out here about. So when we out there, they all talking about Black Lives Matter. No, Most High matters. His laws matters. Get that for me. 12 and 13 in Ecclesiastes. Because we about to read that, because this is what really matters about the whole ordeal.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter is what?
Fear God.
Do what?
Fear God.
Now, why nobody out there when they march and talk about, let's fear God. Let's keep his commandments. Keep his commandments. Keep his... Why we don't hear that chant going on? Why won't we hear that chant? Nobody want to get down with that, though. Because people like to live in their sin. People want to dwell in sin. My brothers want to be the children of darkness when they should want to be the children of light. Now people get caught up following these other nations. They want to be these other nations. 1 Samuel 8. Man, where's that? I don't want to read the whole thing because I was going to go through the whole thing. Let's just get to the point. Let's see. Verse 7.
8, 7.
No. 5. Verse 5 real quick.
The book of 1 Samuel chapter 8 and verse 5. And said unto him, Behold, thou art old.
Pause. Now the children of Israel came to Samuel, and they wanted Samuel to do something for them because they was old, because Samuel's sons was doing wickedness. But read that.
And thy sons walk not in thy ways.
Yep.
Now make us a king to judge us like all the nations.
All right, what?
Make us a king to judge us like all the nations.
And that's Israel. They want to be like every other nation.
Okay.
They don't want to be like themselves. As they say, you don't want to be a trendsetter. You want to be a follower. But Israel is known for being trendsetters until it comes dealing with these other nations. And that's the sad part. My people don't want to deal with the Most High. But go back to Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13.
Come.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Come.
Fear God.
Yep.
And keep his commandments.
Uh-huh.
For this is the whole duty of man.
This is our whole duty as men, is to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And if we do this, Deuteronomy 4 and 5. Well, 3. We'll start at 3. Come. 12 and 13, right? Yeah, 12 and 13. Ecclesiastes. And they're on Jeremiah. Is it Jeremiah?
I'll give you time.
No, after Proverbs, lock. Huh?
No, it wasn't that.
Come.
Deuteronomy 4 and 3.
Come.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 3.
Come.
Your eyes have seen what the Most High did because of Baal Peor.
Yep, we seen what the Most High could do for us. Keep going.
For all the men that follow Baal Peor, the Most High thy power hath destroyed them from among you.
Yep.
But ye that did cleave unto the Most High your power,
And that's what we got to do. We got to cleave unto the Most High power. Keep going.
are alive, every one of you this day.
So, but if you cleave to the Most High, you can be alive. Don't be like the wicked ones that follow the other person. Keep going.
Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Most High by power commanded me.
And that's Moses. He taught the children of Israel what the Most High told them to teach them. Keep going.
That ye should do so in the land where ye go to possess it.
In the land where we go to possess it, and also in the land of our captivity. Because we got to come back knowing who we are. And he'll give our heritage back unto us. But we got to take it and search him 10 times as more. When we did our wickedness, now when we search for the Most High, do it 10 times more. Otherwise, do it 100 times stronger. As you did that wickedness, do the same thing for the Most High but 100 times stronger. As they say, 0 to 100, quick. Yeah, go to 0 to 100 for the Most High. Keep going.
Verse 6.
Uh-huh.
Keep therefore and do them.
Yep.
For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
This is our wisdom and understanding in the sight of the nations. Because the other nations don't have the law. That's why they can go out there and act lawless. But we can't do that. That's not up to us to do. Keep going.
Which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Say that again.
Surely this great nation.
Pause right there. This great nation. Now, they try to say that for America and his Edomites and how they conquered everybody. But no, Israel is a great nation. Israel lives matter. All 12 tribes spread through the 4 corners of this earth. We keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. The other nations will look at us and be like, that's a great nation right there. Can I hold your skirt? Can I cleave unto you? Even in Ezra time, when they see what Israel can do, everybody said, we don't want to be them no more. Can we be Jews too? This is the story. But they don't dive into that and see how the people will turn like, nah, I want to be with y'all. I don't want to be with them. And they'll be happy to serve us. Because it's already in their spirit to serve us. We got to act accordingly. Keep reading.
Verse 7.
Come.
For what nation is there so great who have the Most High so nigh unto them?
What nation has the Most High that close unto them? None. No other nation can claim that. Stake claim to that. We the only nation can stake claim to that. Do you want that though? That's the key thing. Do our people really want it? To want it, you got to do something about it. You want change to happen? Change yourself. Keep the laws. Try keeping the Shabbat for a month straight at least. If our whole nation can keep the Shabbat for a month straight, you don't know what might happen. What you say, priest? They like to say the Most High waiting on us to do something. You feel me? He's waiting on us. He want to do it, but are we ready for it? Are we really ready for it? The signs are coming out when you see people out there teaching. You seeing stuff zipping through the air. But are people really ready for it? Are they ready to wake up that somebody put up in the thing? Because they talk about they want to celebrate June 19th. They want to celebrate everything except the high holy days. But just like in Independence Day, when they woke up 4th of July morning, what they saw? Y'all remember Independence Day? What happened 4th of July, the Will Smith movie? What they saw in the air? Huh? Not just bombs. Huh? They saw that big ship just hovering right there for a minute. And everybody, what is that? Chariots, Khan. And everybody looking, what is that? But the Israelites are going to be looking like, hallelujah! Hallelujah! We're going to be praising the Most High. Because we know it's about to happen. Someone's about to inside with our girl. Oh, my girl, I've been wanting to wear this garment right here. It's ironed up, creased up, and waiting. Hey, can you come inside? Leave me alone, woman. Going to the Most High right now. But that's the thing. The whole family got to be ready. The whole nation got to be ready to see that. Are we ready for that? Because we looking at this now like, oh, and some people tired of seeing it already. But they talking about the revolution got to be televised though. Let's see if the commandments are televised, because they don't want to show Israelites on TV telling the people keep the commandments. When we was out there at that one march, Coral Gables, the news crew was out there when they saw us, they was clapping at first. So we sat up, they were like, hold on. They said, hold on. Then the general stepped up and said, oh no, turn the camera. Turn the camera. They ain't want to see that. They ain't want to televise that. Yeah. The only time they want to give us camera time is if a wicked Israelite did something wicked. And he's not really an Israelite. He might be a black Hebrew Israelite. Come, you want some? Oh. You want to step up? Priest stepping on that. Elder priest. Got it.
All praise be to God and faith Christ again. Jacob for his mercy truly do it forever. So we are definitely living in terrible times, right? The times of salvation is nearer than we believe. Right? So it's time that our people make their election sure. Okay, right now, this place should be packed, right? But it's not.
I thought it was going to be a party today.
A party?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of party?
Well, I thought it was going to be food.
You are getting food, you're getting spiritual food, right? Given that it says it's going to be a famine. Most I said it's going to be a famine in the land. Right, so you're gonna meet a lot of people. They take the prophets for granted right now. We're in the streets, right? They say, "Oh, go get a job." You guys are preaching hate.
Isaiah,
right? Shall be a famine.
Precept. Famine in the land. I don't care.
Hosea 11.
Huh? Hosea?
Is it Amos?
Amos. All right.
Yeah.
Amos chapter 8, verse 11.
Come on.
Behold, the days come, saith the Most High Power.
Saith who?
The Most High Power.
Come on.
That I will send a famine in the land.
So the Most High says he's going to send a famine. What is a famine? A shortage, right? But it's a shortage, right? But in this particular thing, it's not going to be talking about food per se. Read that again.
Amos chapter 8 and verse 11.
Come on.
Behold, the days come, saith the Most High Power.
Come on.
That I will send a famine in the land.
Come on.
That not a famine of bread.
Not what?
Not a famine of bread.
Right, not a famine of bread, not food. Come on.
Nor a thirst for water.
Come on.
But of hearing the words of the Most High.
Of hearing what?
The words of the Most High.
Right, so none of our people want to hear that the solution, okay, for so-called black people to stop getting killed is coming back to laws and the commandments of the Most High. Never crossed their mind. I don't know if you saw the social media where Kiki Palmer was out there, right? She's on the front line. She's out there. Her nails are like this long, okay? What if a fight popped off? Okay? She's going out. She knows that what? That she's an entertainer, celebrity. She know that people are watching, so she know they're not going to try anything against her. You know what I'm saying? But let me and you up there go up in their face, man. She would have been face down on the ground. Okay, so these people are playing games. Read that again.
Amos chapter 8 verse 11.
Come on.
Behold, the days come, saith the Most High Power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst of water, but of hearing the words of the Most High.
Right, hear the word of the Most High. Okay, because our people reject that knowledge. Give me Hosea 4 and 6. Hosea 4 verse 6.
Hosea chapter 4 verse 6.
Come on.
My people are destroyed.
The what?
My people are destroyed.
Right, so what type of word is my, M-Y? So possessive pronoun, right?
Yeah.
So the Most High God has a chosen people. But you see out there, listen, man, I don't know, Esau's out there in groves, they out there protesting, okay? But if they only knew their destiny, that is captivity. Okay? Read that again.
Hosea chapter 4 verse 6.
Read.
My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
For what?
For a lack of knowledge.
Why? Because many people confess they have a master's degree, a bachelor's, a PhD, right? You see them on TV, who wants to be a millionaire? Like, wow, that guy is smart. He knew that question? Right? They ask you these questions, you think, well, who knows that answer? But they know the answer, right? These guys study all that, right? But do they understand the contents of this Bible? Best instruction before leaving earth. This is the top knowledge on earth. Okay, read that again.
Hosea chapter 4 verse 6.
Come on.
My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
Come on.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
Because what?
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
Come on.
I will also reject thee.
Right, so the Most High said because we have rejected knowledge, He also has rejected us. That's why we're in the ghettos and the slums. That's why we're the last high, the first fire, talking about no justice, no peace, talking about I can't breathe. Because we continue to break the laws and the commandments of the Most High God. Okay? All the other, even the so-called white man that calls himself a Jew, he sees the necessity of calling himself Jewish. Because he knows according to the Torah, according to the Bible, that we are God's chosen people. But we don't see the importance. We say, well, like when we were out there Saturday doing street ministry, the girls were like, yeah, you know, I know Christ is black, and she jumped over it. Like, how do you jump over that hump? Okay, you gotta stop right there. Okay, pause the brakes. Because for years we were taught that the Messiah was a Caucasian, was a white man. Why did they do that? To perpetrate their white supremacy. Okay, to let you believe that they're up here and we're down here. But now we're letting them know that what? That we're up here and they're down there, and they say, well, we're all equal. Okay? Where was the equality when that guy was when this white cop's knee was on his neck? Where was the equality there? Where was the equality with Sandra Bland, Trayvon Martin, Eric Garner? The list goes on and on. Okay, I can name names until we leave here. Okay. But let me tell you what the Most High, give me Daniel 9 and 12. See, the Most High is only concerned with the nation of Israel. All these things they talk about, what other happened to all these other nations, the Most High, He don't care. Okay. He bestowed His love upon the nation of Israel, 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Come on.
Daniel chapter 9 and verse 12.
Come on.
And He hath confirmed His words, which He spake against us, and against our judges that judged us,
Come on.
by bringing upon us a great evil.
Bringing upon us what?
A great evil.
Right, there's a great evil upon our nation. But I put up that video. What's that guy? He was the star in that movie, Queen Sugar, the light-skinned brother. He was talking about how he's fed up. Like, this is the straw that broke the camel's back. Okay, so a lot of people are at the level of, fed up. Like, enough is enough. But wait, how far are they willing to carry this thing? Are they willing to quit Hollywood? Are they willing to give up their mansions?
Nah.
Their Rolls Royce?
Nope.
They're not going that far. So it's all a game. Because they're the one that are actually, okay, keeping this motion of America going. We're the one that's out there talking about let this kingdom fall. We're the ones that seen the house burn and say let that house burn. They're the ones that see us burning and try to put water to put out the fire.
No.
Okay. Read that again.
Top. Daniel chapter 9 and verse 12. And he hath confirmed his words which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil.
Right, so all these killings. Okay, brother just called me from jail today. He was checking in, Right now, the jails are shut down. If you got a court case, it is put on hold. So you locked up indefinitely.
That's wild.
Okay? Imagine being locked up. The brother's going on 5 years locked up for something he didn't do. And his wife is locked up. I asked him today, I said, yo, when the last time you spoke? He said he spoke to a year ago. He's locked up in one jail, she's in another jail. Okay? When did we see this happen before? In slavery. Okay? We have all the stories. Or you had this what? Alex Haley Roots. These are, these one of the older slave movies. You have 12 Years a Slave, Mandingo. Okay? You have all these slave movies, right? 100 Years of lynching. Okay, Birth of a Nation. Okay, but a lot of young brothers don't know about that. See, you way ahead of the game. All these other cats out here, they out here TikToking and they here with Megan Thee Stallion and Beyonce. They doing this foolishness. That's what Esau's actually using these people as a distraction. Okay, and they showing you how in these marches how they have white people that are actually going out there spray painting, breaking up these stores, making it look like it's the so-called Negroes that is actually doing it. And what did Trump say? He said, if you keep looting, we're gonna start shooting.
Yeah.
But I already foresaw this is what was happening. This is what they were doing. Because their intention is that they want to put that martial law in place, but they gotta have a reason. Okay? Esau does things ordered through chaos. So in the mix of everything looking crazy, he swoops in with his Superman cape. And like he come to save the day. Yeah. But he's the one that started the whole incident.
That's crazy.
Yep.
You understand? He's the one that started the whole incident. Read on.
By bring upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven.
Under the what?
Under the whole heaven.
Right, so from time to time we have other nations come up to, but what about what happened to my people? What happened to the Chinese or the Irish or the Japanese? The African? The Most High doesn't care. Okay, get a grip on yourself. Read it again.
For under the whole heaven.
Under the whole entire heaven, come on.
Have not been done.
Come on.
As have been done upon Jerusalem.
So now if you add together all the nations, the Arabs, the Chinese, the Japanese, the African, if you add all their things that they're complaining about together, it still won't equal up to what happened to Israel.
Okay.
There's no equal balance. Okay, we are the strongest nation on earth. There's no nation that can outdo. We outdo any nation. Anything. Cooking. Okay. Fashion. We put the swag in everything. We are the salt of the earth, as the scripture says. But we got to come back to it now. Okay? Give me Jeremiah 17:4. But in order for us to take on the characteristics of Israel, Prince of Power, we have to acknowledge who we are. We have to take back our true identity. Because for so long we've been taught that we were African, we were Nubian, we were Asiatic, we were Haitian, we were Jamaican, we were Trinidadian. Okay, I'm a blood, I'm a Crip, I'm a Catholic, I'm a Baptist, I'm a Seven Disadvantages. Okay, read that.
Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4.
Come on.
And thou, even thyself.
And what?
Even thyself.
Thou, even thyself, come on.
Shall discontinue.
Shall what?
Discontinue.
So what does it mean to discontinue? Just stop, right? Shall discontinue, come on.
From thine heritage.
From your what?
From thine heritage.
From your heritage. Your true identity of who you are. Because there's power in claiming your identity. There's power in knowing the true and living God. Because the Most High said what? The gods of the nations are what? Idols. Give me that on Psalm 96 and 5. Was it 96 and 5?
Okay.
Psalms chapter 96 and verse 5.
Come on.
For all the gods of the nations are idols.
For what?
For all the gods of the nations are idols.
Right. All the gods of the nations are idols. So what is an idol?
Something you worship.
Right. It's worthless, right? So look at this. For all you that say you African, right? Look at the custom. They put plates in their lips. Now this is a custom of the so-called Africans. So what the woman would do, she would stretch her lip and put the plate in there, and then she would feed her husband out of that plate. Okay? So these are the customs of the so-called African, the children of Ham. Right?
Over 2,500 deities of the world.
Right. Okay, let me see if I got some more pictures here. Oh, here's another one. Okay, so these are the customs of the so-called Africans. I'm gonna give you one last one. If you say you were African after this last picture, I don't know about you. If you say you're African after this one, I don't know. Now, which one of you Israelite men will paint another man's rod? So these are the customs of the so-called Africans, okay? So they are the children of Ham. Okay? These are the children of Ham. The Most High gave us laws against nakedness. Okay? So this is what make us separate from amongst the other nations. The Most High gave us righteous laws. Okay, give me Romans 3 and 1. Romans 3 verse 1.
Romans chapter 3 and verse 1.
Come on.
What advantage then has the Jew?
It says, what advantage? What does it mean to have an advantage over someone? What does it mean when you have advantage?
When you take
More control.
Huh? Hold on, let me talk to this sister. What does it mean?
advantage, it's like when you like using them, like you using them too much.
Advantage.
Abusing them.
Abuse? What about you?
Me?
Uh-huh.
Advantage, like, as you said right here, like, you mean like you got a higher position of
Right, upper hand.
Yeah.
You got a one-up,
Yeah.
right? You got an upper hand. So what advantage? Read that again.
Romans chapter 3 and verse 1.
Come on.
What advantage then has the Jew?
So there's the advantage of being a Jew. That's what a white man says he's Jewish. He wishes to be a Jew. Okay, come on.
Or what profit is there of circumcision?
Circumcision meaning what? That the Jews are the chosen. Come on.
Much every way.
It says much every way. Come on.
Chiefly,
Chiefly, mainly. Come on.
because that unto them were committed the oracles of the Most High.
Right. The laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High Yahweh were given to us as a nation. That's what makes us separate and different from the other nations. We are gods to the other nation. That's why when they see us, they have that perpetual hatred. They hate us and they don't even know why. They just hate you. It's in their DNA to hate us. Okay? But it's all right. Why? Because the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Okay? It's left up to you to embrace this kingdom. Because many are called, but what? But few are chosen. A lot of people, they know that, look at, you think 50 Cent, he's a professional troller. You think he don't know about this truth? All the time 50 Cent on social media, you think he never heard Hebrew Israelites? He know this word. But there's no money. You can't be successful in a rap industry or in Hollywood and you saying you're a Hebrew Israelite. Look what happened to Kodak. Right? I went to see the brother, visited the brother many times, many occasions. I said, listen, you can't serve two masters. You know he changed his name legally, right?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Bill Capri.
What's his middle name? They always put the letter K. Right? Huh? It's Kahan. Right? After I visited him, he changed his name to Kahan. But they never shake Kahan because they were like, well, what does that mean? They always put the letter K. But I don't know why he put Bill Kahan. I'm trying to understand that. Right? But I told him, like, listen, you can't serve two masters. And he was in a situation that he has a platform that he could have educated so many people, but he used it for the wrong. You understand? So now he has to pay the consequences. You got 6ix9ine, all these other people get out of jail. How come he's not getting out of jail? 6ix9ine had much more terrible and dangerous charges against himself. Extortion, murder, all kind of charges. They let him out. But what? Kodak, he offended the Most High God.
Yep.
You see? He offended the Most High God.
He had that opportunity.
He had an opportunity.
Sat in Shabbat classes. But he wanted to hey man, I ain't gonna touch on that.
But you know, it's like, you know, a lot of people say, well, I don't have the right mentorship, right influence. He had people that was telling him what to do. But what happened is, you see, give me the money is the root of all evil. What's that? See, a lot of people not gonna make this trip. Why? Because they idolize their money. That's what 50 said, what? Get rich or die trying. A lot of people gonna die trying to get rich. Okay? Or die being rich.
6 and 10.
See, a lot of people are walking dead. They're dead and don't even know it. They're breathing, they're walking, but they are dead. They're dead spiritually. Okay, they're dead to the Most High. Read that.
1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 10.
Come on.
For the love of money is the root of all evil.
For what?
For the love of money is the root of all evil.
Right, you ever notice you see these guys on these videos? What do they do in the video? They got a stack of money, they count money. Okay? We know the scriptures say what? Also that what? Money's a defense. If you don't pay your light bill, guess what? The MPLs turn on your lights. You don't pay your car note, guess what? You're going to get repo. You don't pay your mortgage, they're going to foreclose on you. We know that you got to pay these things. Okay? But you can't idolize your money. Come.
Also Matthew 19 and 24.
Okay, I was actually going to that. Give me Matthew 19, and we'll probably wrap it up with that. Mike 19 and 16 and 28.
16 through 28.
Come.
Matthew chapter 19 and verse 16.
Come on.
And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life?
Right, so they came to Mashak Awashai and said, well, what do you do? What can we do to live forever? Okay? This is the question of all questions, right? Come on.
And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one.
So even the Mashak Awashai, okay, all the power he had he humbled himself and said, listen, I'm not even that person. He gave credit to the Most High, Yahweh. Okay? Come on. Like you got some people out here, this guy said he was the comforter, and people say they second command of Christ, all kind of madness. Okay? Christ himself humbled himself. He said, there's not one good but the Most High. Okay? Come on.
That is the Most High.
Come on.
But if thou wilt enter into life.
But if you would enter into life, come on.
Keep the commandments.
Do what?
Keep the commandments.
And this is what a lot of people are failing to understand, that they got to keep the commandments. They got to rehearse the righteous act. You're not hearing Kiki Palmer. None of these people talking about keeping the commandments.
Right.
See, what they're trying to do, they're trying to force Esau to accept them, to help them share this wicked kingdom.
Right.
This is not our rest. We were not brought to America to have fun and live lavishly. We were brought here to serve captivity.
Right.
Okay? They got this thing messed up. Come on.
Verse 18. He said unto him, which Yahushua said, thou shalt do no murder. Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Thou shalt what?
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Come on. So all these things our people transgress the laws of the Most High. Come on.
Thou shalt not steal.
Right?
Thou shalt not bear false witness.
Come on.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
So he's breaking down all the commandments that was given to us. Okay? Honor thy father and mother is the first commandment with a promise. That what? Come on.
And thou shalt love thy neighbor.
He said, if you honored your father and mother, that what? Sis, what's wrong?
I be disrespecting my parents.
That's right. So you got to stop that, because you're not going to get no blessing.
I'm
Okay.
scared for them to die. They old.
No, you're going to die. You're going to die if you don't respect your parents. Okay. Don't worry about them. They good. You worry about yourself. Give me that. Give me that. Don't worry about. Give me the one in Exodus first, and then give me the Sirach. They good. You the one that's gonna have problems. You the one that's gonna pay if you just keep disrespecting them.
They don't understand me.
You got Exodus?
Yeah.
Read that.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 12. Honor thy father and thy mother,
Come on.
that thy days may be long upon the land, which the Most High thy power giveth thee.
Right, so he said, honor your father and mother, that your days may be long upon the land which Yahweh thy power giveth thee. So if you don't honor your parents, guess what? What's the opposite of long? Short. Okay? So the opposite of long is short. So if you continue to do that, you're gonna have a short life. Right? Give me Sirach. Sirach 3 verse 1.
Sirach chapter 3 and verse 1.
Come on.
Hear me your father, O children, and do thereafter, that ye may be safe.
That ye may be what?
That ye may be safe.
That ye may be safe. So you wonder why you keep finding yourself in some predicaments in your life. Because you're not honoring your parents. Okay? Read on.
Verse 2. For the Most High have given the father honor over the children.
Come on.
And have confirmed the authority of the mother over the sons.
Come on.
Whoso honoreth his father maketh atonement for his sins.
Read that again.
Verse 3. Whoso honoreth his father maketh an atonement for his sins.
So he said, if you honor your father, you make an atonement for your sins. Because we sin on a daily basis. So if you show honor to your father, the Most High is showing you mercy in the transgression that you're doing. Come on.
Verse 4. And he that honoreth his mother is as one that layeth up treasure.
So now, isn't a treasure, isn't that what? That's a rich thing, right? It's valuable, right? Right, sis? That's valuable, right? Treasures are valuable, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
Verse 4. And he that honoreth his mother is as one that layeth treasure.
Come on.
Whoso honoreth his father shall have joy of his own children, And when he maketh his prayer, he shall be heard.
Right, so when you show honor to your parents, then what? The Most High going to bless you to be able to enjoy your children. But how many times you see people having children done it? Look, Trayvon Martin going to buy some Skittles, never made their own. Okay, you have a lot of these parents out here that they took money, right, for the wrongful death, and they forgot all about what happened. Look at Admiral Luima. Okay, he was originally from New York. They stuck the punch up his behind. Now he's somewhere in West Palm Beach. They gave him a whole lot of money. Listen, that was me. I always speak up every day. They be seeing me on TV. The white man is the devil. Okay. But they told him, like, take this money. He had a gag order, so maybe you can't say nothing in the media.
Speaking of it.
Okay. Come on.
Verse 6. He that honoreth his father shall have a long life.
Read that again.
He that honoreth his father shall have a long life.
Read it again.
He that honoreth his father shall have a long life.
He that honoreth his father shall have a long life. Come on.
And he that is obedient unto the Lord shall be a comfort to his mother.
Right, read.
He that feareth the other one will honor his father and will be served and will do service unto his parents as to his master.
Right, so he said, if you fear the Most High, you're gonna show honor to your father. So if you're not showing honor, what is that telling me? That you're not keeping the commandments. By process of elimination. Come on.
Verse 8. Honor thy father and thy mother both in word and deed.
Right, so the Most High is not talking about no lip service. Oh, I love you, mommy. Then you try to cut up the next day or curse her out. Okay? It don't work that way. Read it again.
Verse 8. Honor thy father and mother, both in word.
It said both in word, come on.
And deed.
What does it mean in deed? In action. You just can't be saying that lip service. Come on.
That a blessing.
That what?
That a blessing.
No, a curse.
That a blessing.
That a blessing, come on.
May come upon thee from them.
Right, so now, if you curse your parents, they're not going to instill no blessing on you. They're not going to instill no blessing on you. How many times you hear parents dying, no inheritance for their children? The Most I tell you, it's a righteous thing to leave an inheritance for your children.
Come.
A lot of times people die, all they leave is debt. All they leave is debt. Listen, white people, they have all white. You heard the you probably know, you guys are young. The Menendez case. Them two young Spanish dudes, they killed their parents to collect that money. It was like millions of dollars. The younger one, he couldn't give up. He started seeing psychiatrists, so he confessed to the psychiatrist, and psychiatrist ratting on him. Okay? He's like, listen, we can't wait for this. We want this money now, right now. Come on.
Oh, that's Proverbs 13 and 22.
About the inheritance?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, get that.
Yeah.
Proverbs 13.
Right, so I encourage, listen, we just had the brother the other day. The brother just passed away, 30 years old. You know? And I encourage him to get the policy. He let it cancel. Let it cancel. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. You know? But a lot of times the young, somebody says, oh, that's never going to happen to me. I'm young.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Trayvon Martin was just going to buy, he was hop skipping to get some Skittles. Never made it home. What was it, 15 years old?
15, 16.
Okay.
Late 17? 16?
16. So, who's to know that you're ever going to make it home? Listen, if you're a so-called black man, you got a 50-50 chance of making it home. You don't even know. Okay? You don't even know. But see, the black, so-called black woman, listen, they think it's a game. Like they had one video, they showing some black woman went up there and started twerking in front of the soldiers. Like this is not a game. The only reason why that they're kind of skeptical now about doing stuff is because stuff is on social media. They got cameras there. Listen, if that was back in the day when there was no cameras, man, they would have knocked them upside their head.
Gone.
Okay. They would have kicked off the car, knocked them upside their head. Come on.
And they also got Trump recently saying that he don't want no soon he want to cut off the social media, so we can't connect to each other.
Okay.
With that being said,
Famine of the
think
word.
that they want to hurt us now when they do that.
Right.
When they do that, they ready to retaliate.
Right.
So,
So everything, see, everything is coming to plan. You understand? But that's why that's why it is urgent that you brothers come and get this word, get yourself signed, mind, and body. Okay? You got people thinking that this time to go out there and fight and stuff like this. This is not the time. The Most High said, wait till I rise you up to the print. If you go before that time, you're going to end up dead. Read that.
Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 22.
Come on.
A good man.
A what?
A good man.
A good man, come on.
Leaveth an inheritance.
Leave it what?
An inheritance.
Leave an inheritance, come on.
To his children's children.
To his children's children. Just like I heard Floyd Mayweather, he said he want to leave generational money. You know what I'm saying? He got enough money for his great-grandchildren to live off that money he got.
Yeah. Glad KOD shut it down.
You understand? Man, he put a lot of people through college. Right? He had his own student loan policy set up. Okay, how many people he put through college? Okay? Well, they went, and these guys, listen, these guys know about the truth. They know about the truth. But they can't serve two masters.
Oh yeah, he was wearing a hat with a shoe that they did around.
Right. And he even, I saw him on one show, it was Drinking with the Champs. And he came out and he said that, he said, the Jews, they wore gold. Right? They black, they wore gold, they know.
Oh, you talking about that new movie they got out?
No, he was on this Drink with the Champs. This,
okay.
Yeah, some kind of like a podcast show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was live. And he's like, the Jews are black and they wore gold, so they know this thing.
Mm-hmm.
But they can't serve two masters.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Isaiah.
This young brother pulling his precepts already.
20.
I hear you. How old are you, brother?
18.
18, all right. That's what's up.
Well, what you call that, Isaiah? What?
5 and 20.
5 and 20.
Hold on, now finish reading that one there.
And Proverbs. Proverbs 13 verse 22.
Because I want to finish this one here and I need to get back to Matthew 19.
All right. 13 and 22. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just.
Right, so you see a lot of times, you have money that I see cases where white people leave their money to their dog.
What are you gonna do with that?
Okay?
Scooby snacks.
Right. And you have all these people inheriting money, okay? But you know what it is? You see people that have resources, that have money, that are able to enhance situations, but they put it to the wrong thing and buy these big rims, or they buy a house with 12 bathrooms and there's only 2 people in the house. Okay? So it's meaningless. Okay? All what they're doing is vain. Okay? Come on, let's go back to Sirach, yeah.
Sirach chapter 3 and verse 9. For the blessings of the father establish the house of the children, but the curse of the mother rooteth out foundation.
See, so you don't want your mother to curse you. Because what does a foundation represent? That's how you stand on your square. If your foundation is shaky, you understand, when a doctrine or you go through something in life, like, I don't, you ask me, well, why you don't believe in God no more? Oh, he killed my dog, or some excuse come up. Because why? Your foundation is not solid. Okay? You gotta get your foundation solid. The Most High of Mashiach Hawashai and his commandments. Yes, sir.
Luke 6 and 48.
All right. Did we finish here?
Yeah. Well, verse 11, the word of man. Nah, yeah, that's it. Well, no, I can read 10 real quick, 10 and 11.
Yeah.
Glory not in the dishonor of thy father, for thy father's dishonor is the glory unto thee.
There's no glory.
Oh, Slaki, there is, Slaki, let me go again. Glory not in the dishonor of thy father, for thy father's dishonor is no glory unto thee.
Right, so don't make fun like when your father, like you said, don't don't make fun when your father's dishonored, because why? It falls on you. You understand? We got to lift our parents up in prayer. They might not understand this truth because it's for this generation. A lot of those older people, they wasn't able to get this truth. We live in an informational society where everything is Google. A lot of these older generation, they don't know how to read, or they're from another country, they don't speak English and stuff like that, so it's hard. But how can you teach them? By being an example. So if you doing drugs and you acting crazy, stuff like that, wait, that's what you into? Why should I follow that? I'm better off doing voodoo. Right? So we gotta be that light. The Most High created Israel to be a light unto the nations. We're supposed to be that perfect example. And show them this is how it's supposed to be done. Okay, go back to Matthew 19.
Matthew chapter 19 and verse 18.
Come on.
And he said unto him, which Yahushua said, thou shalt not do no murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness, honor thy father and thy mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
So this is the fundamental constitution of Israel. Okay, that makes us who we are. Come on.
Verse 20. The young man said unto him, all these things have I kept from my youth up.
So he's bragging like, listen, man, I keep Torah. I didn't murder, I didn't steal, I didn't do none of these things, right? Come on.
What lack I yet? Yahushua said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect.
If thou wilt be what?
Perfect.
If thou wilt be perfect, come on.
Go and sell what thou hast.
He said what?
Go and sell what thou hast.
So imagine Yahushua sitting telling Mayweather, like, or 50 Cent, sell everything you got, right? Come on.
And give to the poor.
And what?
Give to the poor.
And give to the poor. See, they might go and write a check. They're not going to give their last check. You understand? And they know when they write that check, guess what? It's a tax write-off.
Yep.
So these guys, they not fooling nobody. You think 50 Cent going to write his last $1 million over to somebody else? La.
Nope.
Okay. If he's giving away $1 million, trust me, he got a $5 million waiting in another deal. Come on.
And thou shalt have treasure in heaven.
Thou shalt have what?
Treasure in heaven.
Right, so a lot of people, they don't believe in that, the afterlife. They believe that, I got to get mine now. I'm not waiting for later. Okay. I got to get it now. I'm not getting it later. Come on.
And come and follow me.
And what?
And come and follow me.
Right, come and follow my Yahushua. So we see a lot of people out there in the street, right? Captain Kadash, they like, yeah, I'm going to be there in class. Right. They got their pom-poms. Right? Give me an I. Give me an S. Give me an R. Give me an A. Give me an E. Give me an L. What that spell? It's spelled L. That's the last time you see them. That's the last time you see them. Right. Because why? They still in this world. They still in this world. They have not disconnected themselves. Okay. They have not disconnected themselves. What verse you on there?
22.
Okay, read down to 28.
But when the young man heard that saying and went away sorrowful.
He what?
Went away sorrowful.
Right, he was crying.
For he had great possession.
He had what?
Great possession.
Right, he had a lot of dough. He had a lot of guap. Right? Come on. Then
said Yahushua unto his disciples,
right?
Verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Right, a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. Come on.
And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of the Most High.
So the Most High is showing that what? It's a slim possibility. You understand? It's a slim chance that can happen. Come on.
When his disciples heard it, they were exceedingly amazed, saying, who then can be saved?
Right, who can be saved? Come on.
But Yahushua beheld them and said unto them, with men this is impossible. But with the Most High,
By Shemashak Yahushai,
all things are possible.
right, all things are possible by Shemashak Yahushai. Come on.
Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee.
You hear that, sis? Read it again. Pay attention.
Then said Peter and said unto him,
Right?
Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee.
We gave up everything we had. So he's asking, well, what are we going to get? Come on.
What shall we have therefore?
So what are we going to get? Come on.
And Yahushua said unto them,
That's like when you go to your job, you got your 9 to 5, 5 to 12, 12 to 8. You expect what? At the end of the week, you're going to get paid, right? You know, like at the end of the week, when you like looking at, like you going to your boss, like he looking at you, you looking at him, like you expect your paycheck. So the disciples asked for my Yahushua the same thing. Like, listen, I gave him a house. I was in a mansion. Listen, we went to Demona, and I heard stories of right now, you know, we got people planning, right? But cats left houses, cars, everything.
God.
Okay, the Spirit showed them that they left from Chicago, went to Liberia. Some of them died making it to Israel.
That journey.
Okay, going through that journey. But how many people really wanted to do that? Okay, we got to understand. We got to listen. Are we really trying to get to this kingdom?
And they had degrees on top of it.
Right. I mean, they're not one. Any of these guys have master's, bachelor's degree.
Work at universities, I believe.
Okay. Then now you leave there going to work in minimum wage or not even getting no money at all. Come on.
And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration.
In the what?
In the regeneration.
So what does it mean, regeneration? What does it mean, when it regenerate?
Reborn.
Right, come back again. So that's a scripture that you can use to what? To prove reincarnation. Because why? During the time of Christ and disciples, did they receive any of those promises? No. That's why I said, read on.
In the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
So he said, you're going to sit on 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Come.
Revelation 21:14.
Come with the gates.
Yeah.
Right. Give me Luke 6 and 24. Luke 6 and 24, Matthew 6:24.
Luke 6:24 and Luke chapter 6 and verse 24.
Come on.
But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your constellation.
So now it says, woe, destruction. It says, read that again.
Luke chapter 6 verse 24. But woe unto you that are rich.
Now don't you find it strange that I haven't heard anything from Oprah Winfrey? It's like anything when it comes to a black man gonna kill anything. If it was a little chihuahua that got killed, she'd be up in the front line. But a so-called black man is killed, I haven't heard no speech from Oprah Winfrey. Okay? Showing you how much hatred she has for the so-called black man. Read that again.
Luke chapter 6 verse 24. But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your constellation.
Right, so the money that they have now, they better enjoy it because why? That's it. They're not going to enjoy it in the kingdom of heaven. Come on.
Verse 25. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger.
Right, so they having all this, all these things that happen, and the Most High is going to strip all that because why? The Most High said the stars shall fall from heaven. All these people that they looking up to, listen, the Most High has raised up an exceeding great army. And that army is not consistent of all these other nations. They try to hold hands as a unit. The Most High is bringing separatism.
Yeah, they show a lot of that. A lot of pictures.
Yeah, all the pictures they show all these white people and they're like, listen, man, the Most High is not dealing with that.
Yeah, holding hands with the cops and fist bumping and stuff.
Joshua 23, verse 11, where it says they're going to be a thorn in our back if we keep going to people now.
Right.
Then if we keep cleaving to the other nation, they're going to be a thorn in our back. And
Get it.
Yeah.
See your, what is it?
Joshua 23, verse, you start at 12, because we keep running back to the other nations to plead with them.
and 12.
Yeah.
Joshua chapter 23 and verse
You
12.
can start at 11.
Verse 11. Take good heed therefore unto yourselves that ye love the Most High your power.
That what?
That ye love the Most High your power.
Come on.
Else if ye do in any wise go back and cleave unto the remnant of these nations.
Of what?
The remnant of these nations.
Right, so they keep going back and forth. Okay? Dabbling. You see how women they doing all these enhancements, trying to look like, listen, the other nation trying to look like us. Bleaching their skin, getting contact lenses. Okay. Come on.
Cleave unto the remnant of these nations, even these that remain among you, and shall make marriages with them.
Shall what?
Make marriages with them.
Right, so the Most High is not into jungle fever. He's not with this world. Come on.
And go in unto them.
Come on.
And they to you know for certainty that the Most High your power will no more drive out any of these nations from before you.
Right, so the Most High said that if you tempt them and keep going back for these days, He's gonna let them stay. They're gonna devour you. Okay, they're gonna come into your neighborhoods. They're gonna shoot you, sell you poison food. Okay, and you're not gonna be able to do anything about it because you keep bringing them into your neighborhood. Like when we was telling them, I saw a comment. Somebody comment on, "Oh, why y'all twist around the word of God, talking about everybody's your neighbor."
Oh, what? Yeah.
Right. That was the Old Testament. Okay. But all these other nations, listen, I'm living in Brooklyn at the time. There's a time in Howard Beach, there were certain areas, if you was a black person, you could not go in that area. There was, I think, a young man, he was in Howard Beach, I think he ended up dying. Okay? Bunch of Edomites jumped and beat him up and killed him. So all of you trying to love all these nations and they don't love you. You're looking for love in all the wrong places. Mm-hmm. Okay? That's why Malcolm X came up with that. One of his greatest speeches was, "Who taught you to hate yourself?" That was a master plan that Esau convinced the so-called black man and black woman to hate themselves.
Yep.
To the point where you kill yourself with drugs and all these stuff like that because you have strayed away from your power. The Most High Yah is your lifeline. You don't need to phone a friend or 50-50. Call on the Most High Yah. He's your ultimate lifeline. But we put the scripture said, "What? Cursed be the man that trusteth in man."
Yep.
See, we got to put our trust in the Most High. We shall put our trust in the Most High, and He shall defend us in these last days. One last precept, Isaiah 64:4. Oh, before you get that, give me the other scripture I pulled, Matthew 6:24. I had another one, Luke 18, but I ain't gonna go for that.
Matthew chapter 6 and verse 24.
Come on.
No man can serve two masters.
You got it again?
No man can serve two masters.
No man can serve two masters. Come on.
For either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to one and despise the other.
Right, so a lot of you are double dipping. I'm gonna be partial righteous. Okay, I'm gonna be 50% wicked and 50% righteous. You can't do that. You gotta make your choice today, not tomorrow. Okay, not yesterday, but today. Going forward, Either you're going to serve Yah and keep his commandments, or you're going to be disobedient and die. Choose one. The Most High, he's like this. He's like, listen, it's either you get down or you lay down. There's no compromising. Okay? That's the God we serve. Okay? He's the ultimate gangster. He's the ultimate OG. The Most High Yah. Okay? He repping his hood.
The original.
Okay? Bethlehem. The original OG.
Bethlehem.
Okay? Bethlehem. Nazareth. Can anything good come out of Nazareth? Mashiach Yahushua.
Come.
Okay? Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Okay? Come on.
Ye cannot serve the Most High and manna.
Right.
Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, that what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body.
Right, so we can't think about that. Why? Because the Most High, once you following in the footsteps of the Most High, why Mashiach Yahushua, he will put everything in place for you. I know sometimes, things seem kind of messed up. You're like, man, there's no way out. But the Most High always, he may not come when you need him, but trust me, he's always on time. Okay, he's always on time. But you just got to put your trust in him. Okay? See, because we're not on the same time as the Most, he's on a different time. He's not on our time. Give me that 2 Peter 3:8. Most High's on a different time zone. It's a time we don't even know about. But all those things will be made known to us when the Mashiach Yahushua come back. He's going to reveal all those things to the servants, the prophets.
2 Peter chapter 3 and verse, that's it. Verse 8. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing.
Come on.
That one day is with the Most High as 1,000 years.
Right.
And 1,000 years as one day.
Right. So a lot of people, they say, they don't understand, even when it talks about in Genesis, about the 7 days, that's 7,000 years. Okay? So we're in a different time zone. According to the Most High, we really, maybe to him, we were maybe on enslavement for maybe half a day. For us, over 400 years. Okay? For him, it's probably just a half a day, maybe 20 minutes. Okay?
That movie Green Pastures, he did do that too in the movie, the old one. He looked up, he was like, oh, they've been down there. He was like, oh, it has? Oh, I was just shooting him.
Right.
Hey, it's been that long? Really?
Right, so listen, that's showing that Esau know these scriptures. Come.
I had a precept when he was like, he might not be there when you need him, but he'll always be on time.
What's that?
First Peter 4:18.
Get that, and then get that Isaiah 64:4. I like that, brothers, man. Keep studying. Maybe one day you'll be able to, be a soldier.
1 Peter 4:18.
Come on.
That's what you said?
Yes, sir.
Come. 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 18.
Come on.
And if the righteousness scarcely be saved.
But what?
And if the righteousness scarcely be saved.
Right, if the righteous, the ones you see out in the highways and the byways, you're like, man, he's definitely a prophet. Okay, come on.
Where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
Right, those that's going off the 2/3. Right? So he said, we're scarcely going to make it. By the skin of our chin, by the hair of our chinny chin chin. Right? So we got to get this thing. Listen, we got to make our election sure. Okay? Make our election sure. Good precept. Give me
Isaiah chapter 64 and 4.
Come.
Isaiah 64 and 4. For since the beginning of the world.
Begins what?
Since the beginning of the world.
Since the beginning of the world. Come on.
Men have not heard, nor perceived by the ear, neither have the eye seen. O Most High, besides thee, what he has prepared for him that waiteth for him.
That what?
Waiteth for him.
Right, so you can't even fathom what the Most High has saved, stored up in heaven, treasures for those that wait patiently for him. See, a lot of people are impatient. They want to get money now. They want to get paid now. But the Most High has something saved for you. Has your name on And the beauty of it is this what? That you brothers just came in, you're going to get the same pay. Brothers that have been here 20, 30 years. One of us said, damn it, hey, that's not fair, that's not right. I can't say nothing against that. You understand? You're going to get the same penny that I got. Okay? So that's why when I see brothers got this thing messed up, I show respect to young, old, whoever. That's why the scriptures talk about be careful entertaining strangers that you may entertain an angel unaware. Okay? So we have to be very mindful how we interact with people. Okay? Very careful. Okay, how we interact. Okay? There's been situations where I know that there was angels in the midst. But you have to deal wisely. Okay, at all times. Make sure that your speech is seasoned with salt at all times. Right? That we continue to be that shining light to Israel and other nations. That when they see you, they're supposed to see the kingdom of heaven. When they see you, like, what God do you serve? You understand? What made you so mad? What made you so righteous? They can see the aura, that they can see the light that's beaming off of you. Okay? So continue to you're in the right direction, young men. You know, keep up the good work, and may those that tune in tonight may be edified and know that our time has arrived, people. Our salvation is nearer than we believe. Don't let nobody steal your crown. Don't let nobody get you off your square with no foolish doctrine. You know, you got all these different Egyptology and all these different doctrines. I've seen people go from Israel back to that foolishness. Okay, how do you leave this light, this marvelous light, and go to that Kemet? Okay, Egyptology. Okay, that's impossible, Colin.
Sorry. A brother come to me with that, and somebody who I know real good, and it was so disappointing because I'm like, what does that have to do with salvation for our people?
Right.
Like, I mean, I'm not gonna even give ear to it because until you show me what's
because
salvation
they sound deep. They think they sound deep and they come at stuff and the pharaohs of Egypt and Hypnic and Botlek.
It was founded in 1822, Egyptology.
Right. So how you gonna follow something that was just formed in the 1800s? And the Most High said He's the Alpha and the Omega, He's the beginning and the end. But you follow something that was created in the 1800s. Okay. All right. So you want to say something, Captain?
Wow, just send it up to prayer.
Hallelujah.
Sirach 36.
Come.
Okay.
Mighty upon y'all put down, rise to face the east. Thank you for allowing me to come in your class today.
Hallelujah.
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 Who's the power?
Yahweh's the power.
Who's the power?
Yahweh's the power.
Ba'ashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Ba'ashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Kan. Abba Yahweh, please accept the prayer as we send up in Sirach 36. Have mercy upon us, O Most High Power of all, and behold us. And send thy fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee. Lift up thy hand against the strange nations, and let them see thy power. As thou wast sanctified in us before them, so be thou magnified among them before us. And let them know thee as we have known thee, that there is no power but only thou, O Most High. Show new signs and make other strange wonders. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that they may set forth thy wondrous works. Rise up in indignation and pour out wrath. Take away the adversity and destroy the enemy. Make the time short. Remember thy covenant and let them declare thy wondrous works. Let him that escape be consumed by the rage of the fire, and let them perish that oppress the people. Smite and slunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen that say there is none other but we. Gather all the tribes of Jacob together
and inherit thou them as from the beginning. O Most High, have mercy upon the people that is called by thy name, and upon Israel whom thou hast named thy firstborn.
Hallelujah.
O be merciful unto Jerusalem, thy holy city, a place of thy rest. Fill Zion with thy unspeakable oracles, and thy people with thy glory. Give testimony unto those that has possessed from the beginning, and rise up the prophets that have been in thy name. Reward them that wait for thee, and let thy prophets be found faithful. O Most High, hear the prayer of the servants according to the blessings of Aaron over thy people, that all they which dwell upon the earth may know that thou art the Most High, the eternal power. By Hashem, Hamashiach Yahushai, the water from Yad, Amen.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Thank you for tuning in for Wednesday Wisdom. You can also tune in Friday for the Bishop Lapalau history class. Also, the Sabbat service at 12 o'clock. 11 o'clock, if you attend, we do go over to Hebrew. For those, we have a brother come down and teach. So again, the water for tuning in. And